What a fucking card that turned out to be in the end. What a brilliant card we got. Now I'm going to be, just going over that and giving my what's what. I will only be going over the main card because I am a casual and I am from the UK, so I'm not fucking staying up till 6 a.m. without having some sort of nap. So yeah, I missed out on the prelims, but we're doing the main card anyway. I don't really give a fuck about the prelims. Kicking off the main card, we got Manyfield versus Jimmy Crew. I'd like to just start off by saying, you know, congrats to Manyfield for being the most retarded fighter on the roster and ruining my parlay. I mean, you were 2 rounds up against Jimmy Crew. You dropped him in the second, and your stupid ass decided to, instead of just stalling out the third round, you wanted to deduct yourself a point. Fucking absolutely unbelievable. Lowest fight IQ ever in the sport. I still made money on this card because the bet got pushed, but fucking ridiculous, mate. Can't let me have a good time. You're up 2 rounds and you just decide to sabotage it. What a bozo you are. But it was a good little light heavyweight scrap. I mean, when Kroot did implement his grappling, he looked good in that third round, and that's just what he's got to do for the rest of his career. Because fuck me, he looked arse on the feet. I don't know what it is about light heavyweight jiu-jitsu guys, but they cannot strike for shit. It ain't a good look for them, so they need to be. Jimmy Kroot just needs to stay on that grappling thing and just see if he can rack up some more subs. But Kroot looked alright, he was coming back against the monster in Manyfield. So he had a tall order in front of him, and he didn't get it done. He got a draw because of the mistakes Manyfield made. But it was a fun fight, I guess, and Kroot looked good when he finally started turning it on a little bit. He still should have lost, but Manyfield wanted to sabotage his own career by grabbing the cage when he was 2 rounds up. But all in all, a good fight. Nothing. There's not an outcome really because it was a draw, but it was fun to watch. I liked watching Jimmy Kroot get dropped. I didn't like watching Manyfield grab the cage like a retard. However, now moving up, we have Tarfa versus Porter. Yeah, Tarfa just smacked him out really in like the first round, didn't he? It's just better. I'm not going to stay on this for too long. It's just two fat guys swinging at each other, and the fat Samoan guy got it done first, which is usually the case when you've got a battle of the fatties. It's unranked heavyweight. I don't know what fucking amazing analysis you want. Tarfa just caught Porter being reckless coming on the way in and put him down. I don't know what you want me to give you, some fucking frame for frame breakdown. It was just two fat guys swinging at it, and Tarfa got it done, which is good. Now moving on to some real sauce. Jack Della Maddalena versus Randy Brown. Oh boy, he has got fucking napalm in his hands. He has got Aussie inbred ginger fury. He flopped Brown on his head after a little bit of patience on the feet and just them two trying to establish a bit of range, and just latches up a sub while Randy Brown is dunked on his head. It was one of the funniest knockdowns I've ever seen. I mean, that boy's going to be a problem at 170. I was already on it before. I was already on the Randy Brown train. Not the Randy, fuck that. I was already on the Della Maddalena train, but fuck me, full speed ahead. I'm just saying, Hamzat stands up like he did with Burns against Jack Della Maddalena. He's getting molested. He's getting that lip rearranged or something like that. He's gonna be the king of that division. These guys are getting old. Leon will be gone. If he even holds the belt, Leon will be gone in like 2 years. Usman's going to retire soon. Covington's pretty old. It's this new wave of guys, and Jack Della Maddalena's leaning it. He's just going to be knocking people out left, right, and centre. Oh, I was so happy to watch that. I got nothing against Randy. It's nothing against Randy Brown. It was just so exciting seeing a prospect do that. I'm pretty I'm pretty fucking pumped up. And it wasn't no bullshit, you know, lucky wing shot. It's something he set up. And he's just got that power in their hands where he can make it happen. So, respect to Jack Della Maddalena, man. What an absolute Chad, you know, joining the list of UFC Chads we have now. What have we got? Oh, Rodriguez versus that mole, that little ginger, Ginger Joe Rogan. Rodriguez got out of there with a sub, which I did not see happening. But, you know, Rodriguez made a bit of a fan out of me, actually, because while I didn't like either of them leading up to this fight because of all their drama and the fact that they hadn't actually won a fight convincingly for like a year between them, Rodriguez looks really fucking good, man. He was, you know, it turns out that it's pretty easy to look good against Josh Emmett though, because he just plods forward and chucks overhands like a elite 145er, you know, an elite technical fighter, just charging forward, trying to tank shit and throwing fucking right hand after right hand. But no, Rodriguez looked good, man. He was lighting up that body and shit like that. He was, you know, he got Josh Emmett wanting out of there. I think Josh Emmett gave up his arm for that fucking submission as well. So we got a new interim featherweight champ that's just, you know, that Volk's gonna dispatch of easily. So that's pretty good. Now let's move on to that main fight. So Volk won, by the way. Yeah, I don't care what you say. I don't care about your stupid Dagestani dick riding. Volk won that fight. 3-2. He won the third. No. He won the second, the fourth, and the fifth rounds. You cannot convince me otherwise. Alright? It's just how it goes. At the end of that fight, he had Islam holding on for dear life. You saw the fear in his eyes, the utter cowardice, as Chad Volk was just raining down pure testosterone-filled shots from him. And I want to bring this up as well. I mean, I actually had Volk winning either way. I didn't do a prediction video because I'm lazy. And what a fucking turnout from Volk as well. The way that people were doubting him. You know, he was out later on in the fight. We're talking about Islam being, you know, the biggest one. Well, he used the biggest 155er. He's a big 170 pounder, cut into 155 using IVs and stuff like that. Volk was fucking out strengthening him for, you know, in the latter half of the fight. You know, Islam really wasn't getting those takedowns when he needed to. And when he did get a fucking takedown, what did he do? He just like tried to hold on to take the back. Take the back Aljo style and just like, you know, try and hump Volk's head and stuff like that, while Volk was laughing and teeing off on him and just fucking chatting shit like the Chad of a man he is. And that's just, you know, sometimes that's just how it goes. You know, Volk won that fight. I'm not biased, I'm not anything like that. You're stupid if you think Islam won. I don't want you on this video. Click off it, go do something else. You're retarded as far as I'm concerned. It's a shame that Volk, you know, was robbed of his rightful decision of being he is still the pound for pound best fighter on the planet, and he's the lightweight champion. He won that fight. I don't really, you know, he did. I'm not going to sit here and go into the details and stuff like that. He won that fight. I'm right, you're wrong. You know, if damage wins fights, Volk definitely did more damage. Islam looked like he got hit around the head with a fucking bat after it. Volk was out partying. You know, and like I said, look how that fight ended. Look at the fear in that coward's eyes in Islam as the fucking 5'11" Volk was just smashing away at him. So, you know, all in all, that it was a good card. I enjoyed watching it. You know, I'm very sour with the only things I'm really sour about is Volk getting, you know, robbery, blind robbery, worst robbery maybe in the history of the sport. Who knows? And I'm a bit annoyed at Manyfield grabbing the cage because that lost me about 200 quid. I still made profit, but I would have made a fuck ton more. All in all, we say that's a good card, and you know, let's give it up for Volk. Let's give a round of applause for our new light heavyweight champion and pound for pound #1. Sorry, Islam. Sorry, Dagestani boys. It must suck that your IVs and your weight bullying and your fake humbleness didn't work on this absolute Australian Chad. You know, that must suck, but it's all good. Volk's here to take care of your division there. And that'll be it. That'll be it from me. You know, I don't really want to talk about this anymore. See ya.